There are 5 productive apps on the MacBook Pro that I've been using for the past year that I can no longer live without. They save me time, effort, and brain power. And in this video, I'm going to be showing them to you. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Jamie. I live in London and I work as a digital marketer. On this YouTube channel, I make videos on tech, productivity, and self-development. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my favorite productivity apps. So let's get started with the first one. So the first app I want to talk to you about is called Magnet. Now, Magnet is a tool that is very useful for organizing windows. One of the things I really liked about my old Windows PC was that I could drag programs to different sides of the monitor and I could snap those windows into different portions, which really helped when it came to being productive because I could see more information on screen compared to just having one window. This was really useful when I was at university working on my dissertation because I could have Microsoft Word on one side of the page and have my research broken up on the right-hand side of the page. Now, with Mac, you can still do this, but it's a little bit clunky and it takes a little bit of time doing this. You kind of have to hold onto the button until this pops up and then you can drag it around. And I don't know, I just think it takes a little bit longer. Magnet makes this super easy with keyboard shortcuts that you can snap all of your windows into dozens of different combinations so you can see your windows easily. I find this really useful with my widescreen monitor as it lets me see more than I actually need, particularly if I'm using my laptop as a primary monitor. The second productivity app that I want to share with you is called Alfred 3. The only way I could describe Alfred 3 is essentially saying that it's the default Spotlight app that you get on a Mac, but that it's just taken to the next level. I've been using Alfred this past year and it's completely revolutionized the way that I work, both on my personal Mac and on my work Mac, simply because it's allowed me to use my keyboard and particular shortcuts so much more compared to using my mouse and my trackpad, and this has saved me a tremendous amount of time and effort when it comes to navigating my Mac, how I open up programs, search for things. And so let me break down some of the things that Alfred can do. So if you're wondering what the difference is between Spotlight and Alfred, if you use the default Mac Spotlight, it's very, very basic and it will just sort of search for files through contacts and do other simple requests. However, with Alfred, you can search through files, translate words from other languages, you can do math calculations, and you can even open up certain pages and apps on the fly. The search functionality within Alfred is particularly why I use this tool, and that's because I can write out a search query and it will instantly open that page on Google. This saves me a huge amount of time in opening up Google Chrome, creating a new tab, and then searching, which is typically what I would have to do. I also use this to search YouTube, open Twitter, and my personal favorite, which is to open Gmail. So typically with Gmail, I would usually have to go to the Google Chrome app in my dock. I would then have to go ahead and do Control T to open up a new tab, then type in Google Mail or Google and then click Gmail and it'd have to load. And this is just a very time consuming way where we can just create this new process through Alfred that opens it up in like under 3 seconds. So if I show you right here, you can essentially push Command and Spacebar, which opens up Alfred. And all I need to do is type in GM for Google Mail. I don't even need to do the complete word being Gmail. I just have to write G and M, and instantly I can click enter and be on Gmail. It's that quick. Alfred essentially saves me so much time and just brain power because once you get into the habit of doing these things, opening up Alfred and using these keyboard shortcuts is such a second nature thing to me now. I don't have to really think about it, and all of these little seconds that you're saving, you're just shaving that off of what you would be doing before, and it all adds up and it just makes you more of a productive person. And I think that this is why Alfred is such a powerful app. There are a bunch of other features that Alfred also does, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface with it, even though I've been using it for like 8 or 9 months. I may actually go in and make a whole video sort of about new things that I've learned, new features that there are in Alfred. If you want to see that, please let me know in the comments below, and yeah, I'll make it. So the third app is one of my personal favorites, and that is Todoist. I've spoken about Todoist on this YouTube channel before. If you want to go ahead and watch that, it's in the monthly favorite video that I did. You can go ahead and click the link in the description below. If you haven't watched that video and you have no clue what Todoist is, it's basically, as you can probably guess, a to-do list app for both the Mac and iPhone. I always used to use a to-do list by writing down on a piece of paper what I needed to get done for the day, because I used to find it very satisfying to, cross a line through a task. But I found that I would usually forget to write out a new to-do list every single morning. I can't categorize it or put labels on it. I can't move those around. If that day, I want to move those tasks over, I'd have to rewrite it out again on another piece of paper. I wouldn't have that paper with me all the time. If I was out and about, I just didn't have access to it. And so, it wasn't very practical to write my to-do list on a piece of paper. And so I looked for a solution. And for me, that was Todoist. Todoist makes all of this so much more easier, and I've been using it for a little while now, and it does everything that a piece of paper couldn't do and more. I've been using it for personal errands, to my website redesign, my YouTube channel, my Instagram account, freelancing, and so much more. I use both the Mac and the iPhone version of this app, and it's been incredible since I've been using it, because it allows me to write down the ideas and thoughts that instantly pop into my mind wherever it is that I am, whether I'm sat at my desk working or if I'm out and about. I can open up the Todoist app and just put down whatever's in my head instantly into a to-do list, because usually I would forget those ideas or forget the things that I need to do. And usually if I did remember, it was too late, and the reason that I needed to do those things was prior to sort of the deadline for those tasks. And so Todoist has really changed the way in which I work, and I found that it's made me so much more productive, because I can segment all of these different ideas and to-do sort of tasks into these different projects. It's really useful because I now don't have to memorize everything inside of my head, and if I'm waiting for a train, for example, or if I'm sat on a train going somewhere, I can open Todoist, see a bunch of different tasks, and do ones on my mobile, for example, or on my laptop whilst I'm on the train, and I can just be more productive because I can tick off all of the little things that usually don't get done in a day. So I'm actually using a lot of sort of the spare time, the dead time that would just be done, sat listening to an audiobook or something like that. Now I can actually be more active and take action on the tasks that I've put in my to-do list. If you're interested in Todoist and you want to see me make a video on it showing how I break down sort of all of my tasks into these different projects and the systems that I use, write in the comments below, make the Todoist video so I know you guys want to see it, and I'll make that video soon. The fourth app that I want to share with you is called Instapaper. I use Instapaper on both my Mac and my iPhone to store all of the articles, tweet threads, and websites that I come across online that I think really stand out and are interesting, but I want to read later. I use the Google Chrome extension on my Mac to instantly save a web page, which I can then read later on my iPhone. This is really useful if I'm, again, waiting for a train and I have a couple of minutes and I just want to read something. I can just open up the Instapaper app on my iPhone and read an article that I've saved prior on my Mac. You don't have to read this on your iPhone though. You can read Instapaper on your Mac through their webpage. What I particularly like about this, however, is that I can highlight and categorize certain articles and Twitter threads. This makes the time that I'm spending reading these articles even more useful, as I'm compartmentalizing information that I will find useful and use again later down the line. This is great as it means that I can open up an article and instantly see all of the different things I've highlighted that are very useful within a very long article, and in that way I don't have to spend time rereading it or skimming it. I can just see all of the things that the past me thought was very useful at that time of reading it. Instapaper integrates with another app that I use called Readwise, and this is a great app that resurfaces all of the highlights that I've highlighted on my Amazon Kindle, within Twitter and Instapaper, alongside a few other resources that I consume. But the reason that I'm mentioning Readwise is not because of this feature, it's because of another feature, and that's that it integrates with Notion. This is where all of my highlights sit, and I find it really useful to categorize all of these articles I've read into this really easy to navigate menu, so I can have access to all of my notes and highlights, which saves me so much time. Speaking of Notion, that is my productive app number 5, and Notion is an app that essentially allows you to help organize your life. I feel that's the best way to explain it, as Notion can be used for many different things, down from a to-do list to a reminders app to somewhere where you can jot down your notes and other information, but it can also be a very incredibly powerful work tool. I'll also be creating a video that goes a little bit more in depth into Notion, my pages, the templates that I recommend checking out. And so make sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel so you don't miss that. A bonus app that I wanted to throw in was an app called External Display Brightness. Now this isn't really a productivity tool per se. You know, it's more when I'm working late in the evenings and I've been staring at a screen all day and I'm feeling tired and all I want to do is go and lay in bed and look at another screen, that being my iPhone. What I will actually kind of want to do is to just reduce the brightness of my, my big monitor so that I can continue to work. This is actually really annoying because I have to get fiddly with the button underneath my monitor and change the display brightness, and it just takes so long. But with this tool, all I have to do now is use one keyboard shortcut and I can reduce this all the way down to a very dark looking brightness on the screen, and this just allows me to get an extra half an hour of work out of the day that I usually would have just said, you know what, my eyes are hurting, I'm done with this, and I'd go to bed. So this is actually a little bit of a productivity app because it allows me to get more work done, but yeah, I recommend checking that out and downloading it if you use something like an external monitor. If you're really interested in self-development and productivity, I recommend checking out this guide that I created. It's about 20 minutes long and it breaks down how to make your iPhone a productivity machine. It's really in depth and there's a lot of interesting steps that a lot of people don't know that they could do with their iPhone, and it's completely revolutionized the way that I use my phone and it's made me much more productive. So go ahead and click that video if you're interested. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you found it interesting, and I guess I'll see you all in my next video. Have a great day.